Everyone here. Let me just say special good morning to the PS, Mr. Lucien Blackmore, who is representing the Honorable Greta Roberts within the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development. Special good morning to Ms. Natalie Walsh, who is representing the Discover Dominica Authority, our partners. Good morning to those who will be joining us virtually, Mr. Gordon Henderson and Thierry Galvani, our supporters, members of the media, those who are listening. Welcome to the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival Media Lunch. To begin this ceremony, we'll call now on Mr. Michael Farrell to do the national anthem in a special way, in a cultural way this morning. Let's make Mr. Farrell feel welcome.
Let's all stand.
Isn't that beautiful? Yes. Please remain standing as we now call on Monsignor Justus Thomas to lead us in prayer.
And let us now declare this place a special sacred place as we determine a spirit of divine atmosphere. Let's pray the words Christ taught us in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And nous prions. Papa bon Dieu, grâce à Creole Heartbeat, organisé par Wadix Charles, nous rassemblons ici pour célébrer le 50e anniversaire de JUBILEE d'or Cadence Lypso. Nous avons lancé l'activité ça suivant toute forme, moyen de communication sociale. Et puis, pour ça, nous avons ajouté un festival évangélique. Dieu éternel tout-puissant, nous passons à déclencher un tel événement sans féliciter et offrir la prière pour docteur et fondateur qualité musique Salasa, Gordon Henderson, ensemble et puis exil one, musicien qui favorisait nos pays, nous, la terre. Nous remercions au Seigneur pour musique Salasa qui n'est belle parole nette, parole propre et douce. Une musique qui ne peut jamais provoquer pièce, désordre, ni violence, mais seulement bon amusement. Et puis nous tous ici, en plus de monde la terre qui a l'écoute et qui a joué Cadence Lypso musicalement. Nous avons supplié aussi Governmental protéger nous de chalet brutal salasa et mauvais cool temps. Tant pis s'il vous plaît, délivrez-nous au Seigneur Dieu qui est plein de miséricorde. Acceptez l'espoir salasa qui nous a mis en la main par Jésus-Christ, garçon, et l'enfant la Vierge, ainsi soit-il. And so Almighty God, the Cadence Lypso creator, facilitator, and animator. Today, thanks to Alex Charles, the founder and CEO of Creole Heartbeat. We're here for the media launch of the Golden Jubilee of Cadence Lypso. And this year we are also privileged to enhance our celebration by a gospel festival. This media launch cannot be a success without mentioning the name of Gordon Henderson, the creator of this genre of music, a doctor of musicianship in his own right, was ably assisted by his group Exile One. Together they promoted our country with a genre of music which is non-violent but soothing and entertaining. Bless and anoint them, this forum, and all those who are listening to us through the various means of social communications. Loving and merciful Father, since we are experiencing a terrible heat wave during this hurricane season, we ask you please to protect us. Finally, we present this ceremony and us into your hands and claim its success because we trust in your goodness and mercy, manifested by the advent of the only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, born of the Virgin Mary. Amen. We enjoy this launch.
Thank you. Monsignor Thomas, you may be seated. Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee. This is why we are here. 50 years of musical expression. Expression of our heritage. Expression of our history. Expression of our identity. Expression of our culture. Well, I'm not yet 50, but when you hear and live in the richness of Cadence, you may even want to think that Cadence has lived for more than 50 years. 50 years, ladies and gentlemen, and you must factor in the contributors of Cadence music, those who would have recorded multiple albums, down to those who just listen to the music. We welcome you once again to this lunch, and we have so much more to offer you. However, as you just heard from Monsignor Thomas, we will be introducing the creator of Cadence music, someone we owe so much thanks to, will be joining us virtually to welcome us here officially. Ladies and gentlemen, Gordon Henderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Cadence Lypso enthusiasts, it is my pleasure to address you on this 50th anniversary of Cadence Lypso as the big Cadence Lypso month culminates with a festival, the 50th anniversary festival, 4th, 5th, 6th, and the 7th, a religious component to conclude, August 2023. I am proud to say, as I've said and boasted around, that Cadence Lypso is really the foundation of modern Caribbean music as from the 1970s. As a matter of fact, I am producing a documentary film that we hope will demonstrate that fact. The film is titled Fusion Under the Sun. Now, Cadence Lypso didn't fall from the sky, and it wasn't a traditional or even a contemporary form from Dominica. Cadence Lypso began with the group Exile One in 1973, based in Guadeloupe, and experimented with various forms of black music in general, but more so Caribbean music. Now, one night the group Exile One was invited to play a dance, not a concert. Although the group was really targeting a concert career, we had to eat, so we accepted gigs, as we say in our jargon, to perform at dances. So we performed at a dance in Paris, France. The audience were people from mainly French Guyana, the French departments, Martinique, Guadeloupe, and we played what Dominican bands played at the time, that is calypso and reggae and that sort of thing. The people applauded, but they didn't dance. So we had to make them dance. So we combined, we fused the music of Haiti, which at the time was the dominant dance music in the French Caribbean, the music of Haiti, and the dominant one from the English-speaking Caribbean was calypso. We fused that, and the people were overjoyed, and Cadence Lypso was born. Now, as we celebrate the 50th anniversary, I'd like to take the opportunity to pay tribute to a number of artists and musicians, DJs, radio stations, producers, institutions, and so many people and organizations that contributed in making Cadence Lypso a movement of the 70s and perpetuated Cadence Lypso as the foundation, the cornerstone of modern Caribbean music. Now, it is impossible to commend people without mentioning the very architects of Cadence Lypso. And I hate to repeat it, but the architects are the members of Exile One of the beginning. Well, Prince Wales is behind a monument in Roseau, close to the ferry, where you see most of the architects, and also some of the very important builders who added to the edifice. And when we speak about those who added, I would like to mention the Midnight Groovers. The Midnight Groovers took one aspect of what Cadence Lypso was in the very, very early days. That's the aspect, and you can check the discography and the chronology to prove what I'm saying. Exile One had a very varied Cadence Lypso. So you had up-tempo, medium-tempo, slow ones. A slow one, Jamais Vossa, never really became a hit in Dominica, but sold over 3 million in Brazil. And 11 versions by different Brazilian artists singing the song in Portuguese. But you know, every country, they love what they love. Let's put it that way. In Dominica, we love up-tempo, we like carnival, and so the Midnight Groovers gravitated towards the up-tempo, like Reflexiamo, Palais, and some of the songs. If you listen to the old Exile One repertoire, you will see exactly where that part came from. And where I give credit to Midnight Groovers is they kept doing it. Even when Cadence Lypso, according to some, and we'll get to that, was dead or moribund. Midnight Groovers never changed because they can play reggae, they can play calypso, they can play other things, but they always performed Cadence Lypso throughout the 50 years. So lots of applause to the Midnight Groovers. I would like to single out to Ophelia. Ophelia, la grande dame de la musique antillaise, is not one of the architects because Ophelia is much younger than that. And Ophelia joined the bandwagon almost 10 years after Cadence Lypso was already in orbit. The important thing is Ophelia brought new life to Cadence Lypso. Ophelia brought the feminine side, and this is very significant because many people in Dominica, I see them hailing a lot of singers of the Creole world, female singers, and they don't know that these singers were singers at the time, but they didn't want to sing in Creole because they thought that there was a stigma put to women singing in Creole. And Ophelia came with a class and an education, and her manager husband, her distinguished manager husband, my friend McCarthy Marie, affectionately called Mac, and Ophelia did the trick. So we must single out Ophelia and applaud her for her contribution. Now, there are many others, many others too many to mention. The Grand Max, the Good Ice, the Bells Combo, so many. Jeff Joseph, the late, so many who joined the bandwagon. Probably not voluntarily, because I know for a fact that when Exile One exploded, so many producers and organizers of concerts and dances wanted that music from Dominica, and they rushed to Dominica for that music, only to find out it was not a Dominican art form. It was an art form created by Dominicans by circumstance, by necessity. But all Dominicans could relate and just join on board because Dominicans are made up of a synthesis, a fusion of Creole and Caribbean English, musically and linguistically. So it was very easy. The movement would not have been possible without the contribution of all these men and women. Now, I would like to point out Leroy Waddick's chops, Prince Waddick's. Many people have contributed towards Cadence Lypso in one way or the other. Many institutions like the GTA, formerly NPC, the NCCU, who spoke of Cadence Lypso as being moribund or dead because words. I attended a meeting via something like Zoom. I was on the island, and I heard words like resuscitate and resurrect. But in the mind, in the voice of Leroy Wallace Charles, his passion is unparalleled, and we need to applaud him. I must say that I would have loved to see the NCCU with its resources join forces with Creole Heartbeat, which is the brainchild of Leroy Wallace Charles, to make Cadence Lypso bigger, not as a music of hit parade to compete with Bouillon or whatever form of soca, but to recognize Cadence Lypso as being the foundation of Zouk, soca, Bouillon, and the list continues. And I dare say that's all as well, if you can analyze from a rhythmical standpoint. Let me just end because I think I'm getting lengthy here. I want to appeal to the Ministry of Education to do what is necessary, and Creole Heartbeat, Born Global Entertainment, we are all here to assist you in applying to UNESCO to have Cadence Lypso recognized as one of the intangible heritage, whatever title that UNESCO would want to bestow on Cadence Lypso and Dominica, because this is our contribution to the world. We exported that would have been the four corners of the world, and as I say that, I must speak of Ile de la Réunion, which is Reunion Island, which is part of an archipelago with Mauritius and Seychelles in the Indian Ocean. This island is the greatest love of Cadence Lypso. Well, I'm happy about it. I wish Dominica would have been. And I have performed on this island throughout these 50 years, and I'm proud to announce that Ophelia, after all these years, is finally going on tour in July 2023 to La Réunion. So applause to La Réunion. And I would like to just raise a glass as we celebrate 50 years of Cadence Lypso. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Henderson. And I'll ask you first to keep your eyes fixed to the screen, as we'll now have a brief remark from the CEO of Spectac TV, who is a representing partner, Mr. Thierry Galvani.
Bonjour, Dominique. J'ai un excuse en créole, nous parlons en anglais parce que après si comme créole c'est ça nous tous nous en commun, je dis là dans la Caraïbe, Haïti, Dominique, Guadeloupe, Martinique, nous comprenons mon créole. Alors son plaisir pour moi d'être, je dis là, partenaire à 50e jubilé à Calypso, puisque moi en cas de vivre en Guadeloupe et en cas de vivre en l'année depuis la Dominique, ça fait maintenant plus de 6 ans. 6 années que nous avons ces équipements et puis Caribbean Sky Joue, notre société grande qui a fumé pour le festival World Music Festival. Et donc, l'année là, ça a décidé de partenaire à 50e jubilé Cadence Lypso pour nous accompagner le festival à ça encore plus loin pour permettre nous de dominer Guadeloupe, Martinique, tout côté. Vrai rayonnement et succès à une belle manifestation. Alors, dans le cadre d'un partenariat à la salle, on est à ça, nous montrons aussi le travail sur un projet de chaîne télévision, c'est Canal 10, en les bourses à Digicel, on est en train de monter une nouvelle chaîne, et puis M. Walix, il faut organiser le festival à la salle, on va par ici développement en nouvelle chaîne dédiée au créole, à la culture, en tous les cas, caribéenne. Donc c'est un projet aussi qui a vu une plus des festivals là, donc on est très content effectivement, je dis là encore une fois, d'exprimer moins et d'encourager en tous les cas en telle manifestation. Et nous avons pensé que nous sommes là encore pour très longtemps. Et nous avons célébré, nous avons en tous les cas dit tout le monde bonne célébration et nous pouvons présenter toute l'équipe en main, spectacle en TV et Cadence Lypso, nous pouvons filmer, mettre en image le festival à ça et puis le plus mauvais possible.
Ok, donc ça nous a dit merci encore pour M. Thierry Galvani pour contribution au festival musique Cadence. As you would have heard, there will be a gospel element this year's Cadence Lypso Festival as we celebrate 50 years. There will be a choir, a mass choir I should say. In fact, it's a choir of over 100 members. They would have performed in Paris, Martinique. They have members from Paris, Guadeloupe, Martinique, French Guiana, Congo as well. We in Dominica, we are grateful, of course, to have this group present this concert. It's a free concert, and they will also be collaborating with choirs from different denominations here in Dominica. To give you more on this, we'll welcome Mr. Daniel Robin from Christian Revival Center.
As un crewman, un bel bonjour tout le monde. Honorable PS, distinguished Lucien Blackmore, representing Rita Roberts from Division of Culture, estimated Natalie Walsh, manager of the DFC. I'm Pastor Daniel, representing Pastor David Goma, who founded with his wife, Pastor Jocelyn Goma, the Christian Revival Center, CRC. I'm here with members of our organization, Madame Camelia Femme and Madame Natasha Ruth. Thank you to welcome them. The CRC is thank you, is an international organization established in Africa, in France, in the United States of America, in the Caribbean, first of all, here in Martinique. Our purpose is to bring back the Word of God to the disposal of everyone. The Gospel is the foundation of the Christian faith. It's shared with people all over the world with the aim of spreading the good news of God's love. Singing gospel is the best way to promote Christian values, love, joy, peace, and hope. In these troubled times, it's what many people are waiting for. Gospel music provided all over the world. Since 2003, the CRC have been organizing gospel events in Paris, the Festival de Gospel de Paris. In 2008, David and Jocelyn Goma, founders and directors of the prestigious Paris Gospel Festival, decided to bring this festival in the Caribbean by making Martinique the host island of these international events. At the same time, they established the Caribbean version of a Total Praise Mass Choir, who is the largest gospel choir in France, with almost 200 singers on stage. Produced in the prestigious venues of Martinique, Tropicatrium, Parc Aimé Césaire, the Caribbean Gospel Festival has been filmed and broadcasted in all 5 continents. Thanks to the high-quality lineup featuring internationally renowned artists and the growing interest of the audience, the CGF has obtained undeniable recognition of the Caribbean. It echoes the Gospel Fest in Barbados and promises expansion in all the Caribbean. That's why we are here today. These concerts feature international artists from all over the world, such as Byron Cage, Danita Chandler, Dietrich Haddon, Israel Houghton, and as well as Jamaican gospel star Chevelle Franklin, and many others, including Maria Buchanan from South Africa and the famous Donnie McClurkin. More than just words, I offer you to experience, as if you were there, an excerpt from the CGF 2022 with the Total Praise Mass Choir and Kira Kelly.
With Caribbean Gospel Festival 2022 avec Total Praise.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. It's a great honor for us to have the opportunity to participate in the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival 5th anniversary with the Caribbean Mass Choir Total Praise among others choirs from Dominica. On this occasion, a delegation about 50 people made of musicians, singers and members of the staff from Guadeloupe, from Martinique and France will be here in August among you. We want to thank, really, Wadix Charles, CEO of the Creole Heartbeat. Thank you Wadix for invitation. Also for the director of l'Alliance Française, my friend Dean Anderson, and my friend Charlene with White Christian and the Gospel Festival Committee. We bring some CDs for your audience. The name of these CDs is Generation I Know Who I Am. Thank you for your welcome. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Robin. We are more than happy to have your team here for your presentation in this. Just 1 minute of this is already inviting. Just imagine having to see 50 of you on stage. We welcome that. Just to mention our partners, our presenting partners: Discover Dominica Authority, Cohen Global Entertainment, Spectac TV, and Zoom TV. Our platinum partners, the NCCU, Q95 FM, Vibes Radio, and Digicel. Our gold partners, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, DBS Radio, The Simon, and Alliance Française. Our silver partners, Air Antilles, Alliance Française. Our bronze partners, Fine Foods Inc., NDFD, Dublin Dental Clinic, Val Ferry, We Forward Freight Masters, Dipex Scholar Lab. Now our other partners include the 8 Bank, Emonews, Dominica News Online, ESA Trading, Robinsons, Dexia, Central Cooperative Credit Union, Rainbow Hill Villa, George Design Media, Nature Isle News, Small Axe Mobile, Haben Ferrand, Jordan Jerome, Adam Sound, Multi Solutions Inc., and Sankofa Performing Arts Theatre. We thank you so much for coming on board and making this Golden Jubilee a special one. We'll now call to the podium Mrs. Natalie Walsh, who is the manager of the Dominica Festival Commission, who also represents Discover Dominica Authority. Let's make her feel welcome.
Merci, Emilia. Bonjour tout le monde. Protocol has already been established, but I want to say a special good morning to P.S. Blackmore, who is in our presence here this morning, Monsignor Thomas, our listeners, our viewers, our partners. Bonjour. Good morning. I'm trying out my Creole here this morning. I address you on behalf of Mr. Colin Piper, the CEO of Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism, who is unable to attend this momentous event, the Creole Heartbeat Cadence Lypso 50th Anniversary, the Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival launch event. Discover Dominica, under the Ministry of Tourism, is pleased to endorse what we recognize as the legendary genre of Dominica's music. Cadence Lypso forms part of Dominica's history and culture that portrays what is uniquely Dominica's. And as such, we encourage persons to partake in the upcoming Cadence Lypso Festival. Cadence Lypso demonstrates key strengths under the Ministry of Tourism's pillars, to include events and entertainment, which will provide an avenue to promote Cadence music among locals, especially the younger generation. We also recognize the important role that festivals play in generating economic activity for various sectors, to include the hospitality, food and beverage, transportation, and many other small to medium enterprises. With that said, Discover Dominica Authority also recognizes that the Cadence Lypso Festival will provide tourism benefits such as increased visitation and promotion of our beautiful destination, Dominica. I take this opportunity to extend an invitation for persons to visit Dominica during the summer and join in the celebration of the Cadence Lypso and the Gospel Festival, carried for August 4th to 7th at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium for Cork. The festival is slated on the calendar with a host of opportunities for extraordinary and authentic experiences right here in Dominica. Wadix, we thank you for the commendable work you continue to do to promote Cadence music and Creole language in Dominica, and by extension, the world. Thank you, Wallace. Discover Dominica Authority also joins in paying homage to the Cadence legends for their musical patrimony, Gordon Henderson and Exile One, Ophelia Murray, Michael Henderson, and so many more, who brought the name of the nature island globally. Let us continue to help in preserving Cadence as one of Dominica's genre of music, which has and continues to gain fame not only locally but regionally. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Walsh. And now we'll invite to the podium P.S. Lucien Blackmore, who will be representing the Honorable Greta Roberts.
Thank you, Ms. Dennis, after the ceremony. Let me first of all recognize Mr. Leroy Waddix Charles, the founder and pioneer of Creole Heartbeat, Mr. Gordon Henderson in the virtual world as senior consultant of Creole Heartbeat, Ms. Natalie Walsh, the Discover Dominica Authority, other organizers of the Christian Revival Center, also Spectac TV, and of course Monsignor Justus Thomas, who did the dedication of the divine intervention on our behalf, executives of all the headline sponsors and partners, Digicel, NCCU, DBS Radio, SMA, and of course the media practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners. It is for me a distinct delight to be participating this morning in the signature event, the media launch of the Global Golden Jubilee celebration of Dominica International Music Style, and as Gordon told us, the Cadence Lypso. I can say as someone who grew up on the sweet, infectious melodies of Cadence Lypso between the 70s and 80s era, I have a particular affinity for the musical class and deep abiding love for what I think to be Dominica indigenous sound. I am taken back to the socially conscious tunes of Exile One, Jeff Joe and Gramax, Midnight Grovers, and of course, Bel Stombo and Janet Azuz. And they didn't come by accident in that order. There are two Jamaho icons that are very strong even today. The Black Machine, Black Affairs, and of course, Ophelia, who even today continue to thrill us with an iconic voice and performance. And I'm seeing the beaming smile on my face because I almost went into an I Dominic trance right here. All of us here should know I Dominic. Yeah. And of course, it is for me an absolute rewarding experience to be part of this event this morning because truly, Cadence Lypso has defined a generation. It announced loudly to the rest of the Creole-speaking Caribbean and of course to the world that Dominica was a force to be reckoned with. In the 70s, the island was beaming with gifted young men and women intent on making their mark in music globally. Cadence Lypso was a manifestation of this drive, the determination to break from the restrictions imposed by small island and take the song, ability and talents of Dominica to the world stage. Cadence Lypso stands as Dominica's most enduring contribution to music regionally and globally. Those of us old enough will remember that for a while, the melody class dominated the musical scene in the French West Indies due to the pioneering effort of Gordon Henderson and Exile One, and others working in the background to bring the music to idiot audiences. The successes at the time led directly to the development of the soca musical brand and inspired a new generation of Dominican musicians such as Michael Henderson and the First Serenade Band. Their impact on Dominica and the Caribbean music, therefore, is far-reaching and lasting. As a people and country, we should embrace every opportunity to pay homage to the creators of Cadence Lypso and to preserve this rich and invaluable legacy for future generations. It's in this respect the work of Leroy Waddick Charles and Creole Heartbeat deserve the highest regard and commendation. And I think he deserves an outstanding round of applause. I say that with absolute thrill and delight as well. Leroy and I go way back to SMA days, and I see next to him is Calvin, another astute musician. I didn't see B+ in there, but B+ should have been there somewhere, so that would have made a Primaho iconic group to the Cadence Lypso era. Of course, you will agree that Waddick has distinguished himself as a leading figure in the preservation of our country's Creole heritage. His effort to promote to a wider appreciation of Cadence Lypso music is unparalleled. And I am thrilled by the level of commitment and dedication he has shown to those causes. Waddick, I want to tell you that the government and people of Dominica see you very proudly and very proudly. We really appreciate that unparalleled commitment and enthusiasm you're displaying to really continue to pioneer the Cadence Lypso and the Creole heritage. We see your hard work and unrelenting effort to validate and sustain our Creole culture. We recognize the importance of your contribution for protecting our patrimony, and we salute you for that again. Only recently, I spoke at a consultation on the cultural enterprises about the importance of protecting our heritage and cultural assets, which form the backbone of our society and represent the history, values, and resilience of our people. In our heritage, we find our identity and our strength. I noted then that there is untold potential for the expansion of our cultural enterprises to fuel our national economy. The work that Waddick has engaged in over the past years is in line with our objective as a government to develop the creative sector, to help our artists, musicians, and other creative minds, of course, like Ra in the forefront, and an outlet for the art, telling our country's story, our past, and to imagine a future of innovation and creativity. Through this Creole Heartbeat magazine and radio show, and now through the Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival, Waddick is assisting our country to boost cultural participation, fully aware of the numerous economic and social benefits for our people and country. We recognize that one of the ensuring and survival of our cultural art form is to develop among our children a strong foundation of belonging and acceptance for cultural education. Current activities include the teaching and speaking of the Creole language at the primary and secondary school level, and the showcasing of various aspects of our culture during Heritage Month observed each year. Yearly, our primary school participate in the Creole Speaking Bee competition organized by the Creole pour Etude Creole, by the Committee pour Etude Creole. I didn't see Ivona here, but every time I think of the Committee pour Etude Creole, I always think of DBS and Ivona John Baptist playing a leading role in that as well. The government of Dominica will continue to promote the Creole culture in our schools and welcome new collaborations with Leroy Waddick Charles and of course the Creole Heartbeat on these and other similar initiatives to strengthen an appreciation for heritage within the wider Dominican society. In this spirit, we give our full support to the latest undertaking from Creole Heartbeat, started for Emancipation Weekend, August the 4th to 7th. The gospel component is a welcome addition an addition, of course, which I hope will serve as a source of inspiration for all as we take our various challenges to the future. I wish to congratulate Wadix and Creole Heartbeat on hosting of this Golden Jubilee celebration. I wish every success as we continue work to place Dominica's culture, heritage, and its Cadence Lypso music at the forefront of our collective national consciousness. I do implore, on behalf and the permission of Monsignor Thomas, to say that God's richest blessing is bestowed on all of you here today, and by extension, we as the Dominican people. I thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blackmore. I'll use these few seconds as a point of sale. You would have been greeted by two gentlemen in bright-colored jersey and polo. Yes, that is Wadix and Simon, of course. Just to indicate to you that we have these polos and t-shirts or jerseys on sale right here, and the mugs. I'm doing like you, Mr. Robin. I'm just showcasing right now. Okay, so you could get your polos at $35 and the jerseys at $30, and the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee mug at $30 as well. Be sure to patronize. All right. Speaking of patronizing, we will now invite a few of our partners to the podium. As we begin with the headline partner, we welcome on stage the marketing manager of Digital, Ms. Marvel Williams.
Thank you, Amelia. Good morning, everyone. Let me first begin by recognizing the presence of Leroy Wadix Charles, of course, the founder of Creole Heartbeats, and of course this Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee celebration. P.S. Blackmore from the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development. My friend Gordon Henderson, our Cadence Lypso icon. Nathalie Walsh, Festival and Events Manager of DFC. Thierry Galvani, Camelia Timbu, of course our Master of Ceremonies, the media invited guests. Bonjour tout le monde. It is indeed a pleasure to be associated with such a formidable event, a formidable undertaking. And most of you who know me know I am this Creole girl. I raised up in Creole. I used to sing Creole as a child. I did a court for many, many years. And of course, I'm very versed when it comes to the Creole language. So it is my pleasure to be part of this 50th year of celebration of Cadence Lypso music. Wow. 50 years of a cultural element that is intertwined in our DNA for 5 centuries. Thankfully, I have been part of that for about 3 centuries, and I have had the pleasure of working with the icons themselves. Gordon Henderson of Exile One, Midnight Groovers, Jeff Joseph of Gramax, Bells Combo, Janet Azus, of course Ophelia Marie, Jill Fontaine, Swinging Stars, Michael Henderson, all of whom have played a formidable role in spreading the message, spreading the music of Cadence Lypso in Dominica, in the Caribbean, and by extension, the world. I have also been fortunate to receive first-hand knowledge during my direct interactions with Gordon Henderson and the legendary Leroy Wadix Charles. I know of the beginning struggles, the continued struggles, and even the struggles now of those who have worked within the Cadence Lypso arena. I have been fortunate to learn of the history of Liquid Ice, Black Machine, Black Blood, Black Roots, Billowmen, Mammoth, and all the others. I recall sitting in a hotel room many years ago with Gordon Henderson, learning about that history, and my takeaway from that lesson was one of the group photos of Exile One. It was the Bell's bottom pants and the vest for me. Many of you may recall what I'm talking about. Leroy Wadix Charles from a personal perspective, I would like to congratulate you for not only taking us here today to celebrate 50 years of Cadence Lypso music, but for your unwavering dedication, persistence, and the commitment you have had with no fear. You have dedicated yourself to the Creole culture, to the music, to the dance, to the language. And so I am proud to associate with yourself and our Cadence Lypso icons to celebrate Cadence Lypso music in such a grand way. By extension, Digicel Dominica is proud to be part of what will go down in history and in the present to join you and your team in presenting Cadence Lypso Jubilee, Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival in August. We celebrate 50 years of Cadence music, and let me end by encouraging the young generation, which includes my age group, of course, to embrace the Cadence Lypso music, embrace its history. I'm happy to see our Calypso King trilogy here. We're looking forward to hearing some Cadence Lypso music from you. Embrace its history, the people who enabled that history and continue to enable its presence. This is our music. Let's love it, let's adore it, let's give full potential to what is ours. So I encourage you to come out in large numbers and let's spread the word about Cadence Lypso, not only in August, but all through July as we celebrate this genre of music. And by the way, Gordon, I just wanted to remind you that we decided to promote Wadix from Prince to King Wadix. And while he awaits his coronation, I am still waiting for him to teach me that dance. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to helping you implement and making sure that this weekend of activities is the best in 2023 and beyond. Merci tout le monde, et bonne journée.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. I'm only going to make mention of it because I want to live that long. I know you did not know this, but of course we know what you meant. We'll now call another partner, this time a platinum partner. The marketing manager of NCCU will come to the podium. Let's welcome Shari Pascal Maroni.
Bonjour tout le monde. Moi, ça parle créole. Ça parle créole comme maman, et puis Wadix, et puis Kewana, et puis ça même parle créole comme papa moi. So, this is why I'll continue in English. Good morning to everybody. I want to say a special good morning to, of course, the Master of Ceremonies, to P.S. Blackmore, to Monsignor Thomas, and to all the invited guests, as well as all the other partners and sponsors, and the media, and of course, special good morning to my colleagues from the NCCU who are sitting here, and of course to Mr. Henderson. I have to give a special good morning to Mr. Henderson because he mentioned the NCCU with regards to wanting to see us do more. And I'm happy that he said that because this is exactly why we are here. I am here representing not the NCCU only, but I am here representing us, you and I. Because this is something we've always said, that the NCCU belongs to all of us because we are members of the NCCU. So I'm here representing us. And what are we going to do? This year we have decided to take on some new responsibility. As you would notice, we look different, or we've begun to look different, I should say. We're not completely there yet, but we have begun to look different. Some things have begun changing. And one of the key things is that we are coming on as your community financial partner. This means that we are taking on more. So Mr. Henderson, I hope you're hearing me. We are taking on more. There are discussions that are already going on with King Wadix. King. So we are taking on more. Of course, the NCCU, as you know, is no stranger to Cadence Lypso. Right? This morning I was going through a picture and I saw when, I'm not sure if Wadix was Prince or if he was young man Wadix, because that picture was in 2012. He was praised, but he looked so young. That's what I'm saying. He may have just been young man Wadix at that point. And NCCU has played its part, but we want to do more. We are elated to come on as platinum partners of this Golden Jubilee. 50 years is a long time. Congratulations to you, King Wadix, on what you do. I think we can clap again. Everybody may come on and say it, but it is definitely, it's necessary. Congratulations to him. And those of us who know Wadix, we know his drive. We know his passion. We know his hustle. And that is very, very much commendable. So congratulations to you on this, Wadix. We want to embrace what is ours. And Marva said on his own, let us embrace it. Natalie said, everybody has said the same. I am just here to echo the sentiments. We are proud and happy to be a part of this. Let us embrace what is ours. Let us build on what is ours. Let us make it bigger, better, greater, stronger, every word that you can think of. So Natalie encouraged people to come out, to see Dominica, to visit Dominica. So she plugged in the DFC aspect there to see some Dominica. I want to encourage everyone, when you do come on, see some NCCU as well. Come in, let us make it make sense. It's about all of us, so it doesn't make sense that we say we are good with you. We want you to be good with us. So see some NCCU while you're seeing some Dominica in August, and you are seeing some and listening and dancing to some Cadence Lypso. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Maroney. We'll now call on the partner, that is DBS Radio, who is represented by Mrs. Kewana Fountain Wilson.
Thank you, Amelia. Pleasant morning to everyone in attendance here at the Alliance Française. Bonjour tout le monde. PS in the Ministry of Culture, Mr. Lucien Blackmore. Good morning to you. Mr. Leroy Charles Wadix, King Wadix, good morning to you, coordinator of this initiative. And Natalie Walsh from the DDA, good morning. All other partners, media, viewers, and listeners, welcome. I'm here representing Ivona John Baptist Lugue, who is the acting manager of DBS Radio. I'm also representing myself and DBS, because DBS Radio takes great pleasure in once again collaborating on this remarkable endeavor, the celebration of Cadence Lypso music. As the national broadcasting station, we are dedicated to promoting and preserving this captivating Cadence Lypso music as we celebrate together with Creole Heartbeat its Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival. We recognize the significance of Cadence Lypso as a cultural treasure and a reflection of our rich heritage. Through our collaboration with the organizers, we have meticulously curated a sponsorship package aimed at propelling a product that showcases the remarkable essence of Cadence music. Since its inception in 1971, the Dominican Broadcasting Corporation has consistently supported and sustained Cadence music on the airwaves. The emergence of Cadence Lypso in 1973 left the broadcasters of that era with no alternative but to grant the music ample airplay. We believe in providing a platform for Cadence Lypso artists to showcase their talents and share their music with the world. We actively highlight and support emerging and established Cadence Lypso musicians, ensuring that their songs receive the airplay they deserve. By playing their tracks on our station, we provide or we introduce our audience to the infectious rhythms, the vibrant melodies, and heartfelt lyrics that define Cadence Lypso genre. Our dedication to promoting local music, particularly Cadence, remains steadfast. Experience Creole, which airs from Monday to Friday between the hours of 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., I don't have to say that, you already know that, but just for the record, is a program that bolsters Cadence Lypso. We also have the DBS Radio Language Department under my leadership, actively contributing to the promotion of Cadence Lypso through the broadcast of its music, interviews with artists, a strong social media presence, and comprehensive information on the genre. Every day, from Monday to Saturday, our announcers are obligated to feature local music, including Cadence Lypso from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Additionally, we have designated White Equivalent Mondays to exclusively promote local music on that day. Hit Powered Creole, hosted by, yes, Leroy Waddick Charles, every Friday evenings, and also Cadence Spectacular, hosted by Waddick as well, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, are other programs dedicated to propelling Cadence Lypso. The integration of radio and social media has also proven instrumental in this endeavor. In addition to numerous radio interviews, we have conducted interviews with artists via social media social media platforms. Considering this, we have developed an extensive advertising package for this year, which commenced on May 11th and will continue until the weekend of the 3-day 50th Golden Jubilee Cadence Lypso Festival. This package encompasses discussions, promotions in both English and Creole on radio and social media, among other initiatives. DBS Radio extends its well wishes to the organizers, Creole Heartbeats, and recognizes Leroy Waddick Charles' unwavering commitment and passion for the promotion and marketing of Cadence Lypso music. We sincerely hope for their success in this endeavor. It is with utmost importance that we, as a nation, acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of those who sustain Cadence Lypso music, such as Exile One, Ophelia, Midnight Groovers, Ramax, Liquid Ice, Bilomen, Mantra, Black Affairs, Mammoth, to name a few, have immensely enriched our small island through their outstanding contributions. DBS Radio has been there since the birth of Cadence Lypso, and we remain committed to engaging the Cadence Lypso community and preserving its legacy. We are excited to once again partner with Creole Heartbeats on this exceptional initiative. Happy 50th anniversary, bon anniversaire, Creole Heartbeats, et nous continuons jouer Cadence avec Ménène, plus haut.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Wilson. We'll now call on the principal of the St. Mary's Academy, Mrs. John Baptist.
As it is, protocol has been established, so I won't go through all of this. But I would like to say, bonjour tout le monde. And this is where the Creole may end. As some of you may know, I am Grenadian by birth. Yes, they did speak Creole in Grenada. We lost it to a certain extent. But I must say, I don't want this happening here. Let me just tell you, when we were growing up and the adults wanted to speak things that they didn't want you to know, they spoke in Creole. We say patois home. So my father spoke Creole, and many of the old folks, but they never really taught us. So I as a Grenadian, coming here, married to a Dominican, I'm trying to build a bridge and try to revive the Creole back in Grenada. So I would appreciate your assistance there. I bring you warm and fraternal greetings from St. Mary's Academy, SMA. I'd like you to know, you want to know what SMA has to do with, this Creole and so. I'll let you know. Last year, SMA celebrated its 90th anniversary. And over those 9 decades, SMA has produced many illustrious young men who have made their way into the Dominican society and beyond, and have made sterling contributions to the elevation of humanity. Two such young men, I say young men, are Leroy Wadix Charles and Gordon Henderson, our cultural ambassadors for the Dominica Creole culture. And we are SMA is very proud of them. Earlier this year, these fine gentlemen graced their alma mater with 2 visits. On the first visit, they had a discussion with me concerning the school and how they could give back to the institution, which played a great role in their formation and education. This is where I outlined to them that although SMA's buildings seemed to have escaped damage during the passage of Hurricane Maria, these buildings did suffer damages, and which are quite visible today, and one of which is in the Egbert Germain wing, or the new wing as we call it, and the woodwork shop. I went on to inform them that the estimated cost for the repairs of the Egbert Germain wing alone stands at around $332,000, which includes repairs of the roof and the ceiling, and about another $100,000 for the windows. On hearing this, these kind gentlemen immediately offered to assist their alma mater from their own resources and from the proceeds of the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival in August of 2023. Mr. Leroy Charles and Gordon Henderson returned to do a tour of the school, which generated much excitement in the classes where they visited. They had a celebrity status. There's a class that I was teaching, and the students were so excited they came up, and they brought things, articles, books, whatever items, so that they could have them autographed, and this created much excitement. It was very clear that these gentlemen, like most of our past students, have the St. Mary's Academy at heart and are willing to assist in improving the learning environment of the school. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for this reason and my love for Cadence Lypso, yes, I grew up singing Mwechebeya Sukuya, I grew up singing that, anyway. I encourage you, both those of you who are here and abroad, especially our St. Mary's men, we ask you to go forth and support this golden event which celebrates our rich culture and heritage. I thank you and look forward to seeing you. Yes, I will be there, God willing. May God give success to the work of your hands. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. John Baptist. And yes, we are here to launch the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival, but we must make mention of the Cadence Lypso Month, which begins officially on the 30th of June. Many activities will be presented throughout this month, culminate with the Gospel Festival. And amongst the activities, we have singing stars at the Option nightclub. Of course, there'll be various activities throughout the month of July, but I want to make special mention of Delicious Caraïbes song competition, which will take place right here at Alliance Française, which gives a voice to our musicians, our composers, our young artists. But to expound on this, I will now call on Washla, as we know him, but more so formally, Mr. Gregory Rice.
Abrica. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Oh, good morning. Let me recognize our special invited guests, both at government and non-governmental level, the media present, and I also want to recognize our Cardinal Queen, Carnival Queen of Dominica. She's sitting right there. Okay, my task here is just to elaborate briefly on one of the regional aspects of Cadence Lypso month, which is happening on the weekend of the 14th and 15th of July. Now, Creole Heartbeat and Sakai Malan, which is the subsidiary or partner agency in that partnership, led by Leroy Wadix Charles, is part of a regional project called Richesse Caraïbe. And the three major organizations leading that project is ASIS, We in Martinique, and OMDAC in Martinique, and Creole Heartbeat here in Dominica. So congrats to Wadix again for getting involved in regional projects. So this project is happening here in Dominica and in several countries across the Caribbean. Some events have been happening and have happened in Martinique, Barbados, St. Lucia, and Anguilla. In July, it will be Dominica's turn. And there are two events. One taking place on the 14th of July is called Caribbean Beatscape. And basically it is like a music forum and jam session which will involve some workshops targeting young people. There will be a couple of panel discussions, and there will be a sort of a celebration of Caribbean music live right here in terms of musical performances. But the interesting thing about that, you will have musicians performing certain repertoires representing Dominican and other Caribbean genres, but the idea is to push the boundaries of the genre. So a group of musicians become here and play a bouillon, but not just the run-of-the-mill bouillon, but push the envelopes, push the boundaries. Or somebody might want to do a cadence piece, but push the boundaries, because we want to, if you're talking about the global stage and getting the genres onto the global stage, in terms of the present dispensation, we have to do a number of things to target those markets. The second major event, which she mentioned, was the Richesse Caraïbe Voices. It's a song competition, and starting from today actually, singers and artists between 18 years and 35 years are able to log on to the Richesse Caraïbe website and start sending in their songs. Well, the songs, one song per submission, and that they will just fill up the form and upload the video that represents the song, which can be done as an a cappella or as the vocals accompanied by a guitar or piano or a backing track. And by July 5th or so, 9 finalists will be selected by a panel of judges, and then the final show for that, the Dominica leg, will take place on the 15th, Saturday the 15th, right here at the Alliance Française, and the winner will be selected, and that winner from Dominica will travel to Martinique for 1 week in October to participate in a grand finale that will have all the Caribbean winners, and also to participate in a workshop on the business of music, learning skills here, and also to participate in the production of an album which would represent the winning songs across the Caribbean. So exciting things for us as part of Cadence Lypso month, a regional dimension. We saw the video on the clip on the choir, which is called the gospel choir. That's all that is part of the regional aspects of Cadence Lypso month. And from day one, or year one of Cadence Lypso month, we might say, there was always sort of regional dimensions, because as Dominican people, as Caribbean people, we cannot be insular. You know, we can't just be thinking Dominica. No, we have to think as Caribbean people as well. So whenever we're organizing events, we have to think Caribbean as well. You know, yes, we anchor it on Dominica, but we have to think of our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, because the growth of Cadence Lypso, we could not have done it alone in Dominica. It's thanks to our brothers and sisters from Martinique, Guadeloupe, French Guiana, and other islands and Lucia that push the Cadence Lypso forward to make it the great global music that it is today, basically. So thank you very much, and we look forward to the participation of the young artists, musicians and singers in the song competition. So get busy, start submitting your songs to the Richesse Caraïbe website and upload your music. Thank you very much. Merci un pile. Merci un chat. Merci un lot. Merci autant.
Et oui, Rabes, merci beaucoup. All right, so we'll now call on Ms. Ijeoma Okoro of the Dominican News to grace us with her presence.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I am very nervous. I'm going to say that. This is my first time doing anything like this. Apologies for I don't really know much of the people that were here. I don't know who was supposed to be here. But I want to especially welcome each and every one of you and thank you guys for being here today. Welcome to the official launch of Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee. I am Ms. Ijeoma Okoro, and I am here today to introduce an exciting new project that we'll be launching along with the festival. But before I do that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself and my experience in Dominica. As you can see, I love fashion. I like to look nice. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like everybody loves to look nice, regardless of if they show it the way I do or not. You know, we all have to wear clothes. We all have to express ourselves in some way or some form. And for me, fashion and style is one of the ways that I do that. So, I have been lucky to have the opportunity to have worked with a lot of creatives in Dominica, and that is from the fashion and the entertainment industry. And while I had a lot of fun doing all that, I learned a lot. And I got to see a lot of the efforts and the creativity and just the passion that Dominicans have for their crafts. And honestly, it is beautiful. And I am proud to be here and see all that. And although it's not really my culture, I want to learn more. And I hope that you guys welcome me and support me in doing that. However, what I am good at is fashion. And I have sat in the audience and I have heard a lot of you say a lot of nice things about Mr. Wadix and how he is very instrumental in promoting Dominican culture, music, and it's no surprise that I'm here on behalf of Creole Heartbeat and Mr. Wadix to also promote Dominican fashion. Let's see. The truth is, we need art, science, humanity, politics, and culture, all working together in society to make it a better place. It means that all of our interests and passions, and in other words, all of us are instrumental in making that happen. This is why I am proud to present to you, if you turn to the back, at the very bottom here, the Dominican News. The Dominican News is a blend of arts and culture, presented to you as a fashion show. A show that aims to inspire the Dominican people. Because whether we like it or not, we all wear clothes, because we all need to. The way we dress is one of the determining factors of the way we carry ourselves. It shows how we want to be seen and how we want to be treated by others and ourselves. it also gives us a sense of purpose and helps to elevate us. The Dominican Muse will work with local fashion designers and retailers to put together amazing looks for everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. It doesn't matter your age, your gender, or your size. Our aim is when you watch our shows, or when you watch us or see us anywhere, you see something that you can wear. And it will also be easily accessible and, what am I going to say? We are putting together things from Dominica, so it's going to be easily accessible to you. You're not going to wonder, oh, how many weeks is it going to take for me to ship it from here? How much is it going to take for me to get that? These things that are in Dominica, made by Dominicans, and it's here for you. A lot of people don't have time to put all these things together. People are busy with things that they are doing. Other people have different passions and different creativities, and they're putting their efforts in different things. So let us, who want to put our efforts in fashion and style, help you. You don't need to bother about, you have an event, oh, what am I going to wear? I'm conscious about this, what am I going to do? And then you spend all that time thinking of that, and you just come out looking anyhow. And honestly, the way we look helps us to, it helps us feel good. Everybody wants to feel good. And if you are at a function and it's like you put together something last minute, you're not really feeling yourself, you're not really enjoying yourself, like you're conscious about the way you look, like it's not really how you want to present yourself, but because of time and other things, you came out like that. We are here to help you. And I hope that you support us and, enjoy yourself. I'm fully aware that for the past 2 years hasn't been easy for us, because more than most countries, we took a big hit due to the hurricane and COVID. And because of that, we had to neglect a lot of things that make us who we are, individually and as a country. But as humans and by nature, we are always designed to keep moving, to keep building, rebuilding, and just never giving up as a whole. So, with that being said, as other sectors in Dominica are growing and rebuilding, we also want to, we think it's high time that the fashion industry grows and, becomes something to talk about, not just in Dominica, but across the Caribbean. So I am honored and grateful to have been selected as one of the leading minds to make this happen. I ask for your support and your advice, and I hope that you all enjoy what we have to give to you. So, once again, I present to you the Dominican Muse. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Okoro. And before you leave, I urge each and every one of you to just take a look on the table before you as we present some of the albums that have been recorded over that 50 years. Sometimes you say 50 and you wonder where has it been. It's in front of you. So some of you may have forgotten. You're like, hey, but I remember that. Oh, I used to listen to that. But now you will see for yourself the many albums that would have been recorded over these 50 years. And now, ladies and gentlemen, is the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee Festival and Gospel. We are now ready to present to you the lineup. Fix your eyes on the TV. You say TV?
Dominica, get ready. SK's so away. We all have been in collaboration with the Soul League Authority, Global Entertainment, Spectac TV, and Zoom TV present the greatest summer festival on earth, the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival. Weeks of flashbacks, sing and forward, rules of Dominica, August 4th to 7th, 2023, Friday, August 4th, special feature, One We Know the Business, Sabbath Gold Class, George, Disney Friends, Cadence Lypso Legend, Holy Event Trouble, Jesus, Halliburton Abraham, former lead singer B+, Calvin Center, Esprit, the Bad Boys from Lambert, the First Assembly, Go Bad Giants, Ecstasy Band, And it gets better. Saturday, August 5th, 2023. Live at the Wings of Life Sports Stadium Football. Special guest, Med Alionso, Forward Like Wanda, Sheila Ferino, Polio, Fabio, Undisputed Kings of Cadence Lypso Music, Midnight Groovers, also White Berry, and Rockstar, Freddie and Friends, featuring Freddie Nicholas, Andrew Melody Bird, Cameron Pierre, Conan Vickers Philip, Jed Dorset, Murphy St. John Jones, and Chris Lee Banton. Also the Julio King, the Derek Rapidas, and the Inner Core Unit. Sunday, August 6th, 2023, live at the Wings of Life Sports Stadium. Special feature from Martinique, the greatest dance band from Martinique. Rock up, Governmental, for the Germany. Also the Women's Princess of Summer, Likia Henderson, and the ladies of Cadence Lypso Music. Marie Pascal, Aria Israel, Sasha B, Shamina, Maxine, Dajal, and Natasha Roper Martinique, and Puyo Hitmakers, the sensational Signet Band. Live at Freedom City, Dominica, on Monday, August 7th, Emancipation Day, August 1 from 5 p.m. A 15-member mass choir from Baptist France, Martinique and Baco, Total Press, also legendary DJ Alfie, an evangelical mass choir, Catholic mass choir, and an Adventist mass choir. Come and receive a blessing. Tickets $75.90, season tickets $130, VIP season $150. Online tickets, spend that TV. The greatest summer festival on earth. Get Governmental Lypso Golden Jubilee celebrations. The 50th anniversary of Cadence Lypso Music, 1973 to 2023. The Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee and Gospel Festival. Wings of Life Sports Stadium, Rules of Dominica. Cadence, where I'm at.
All right. While you folks are in that mode, in that zone, I want you to join me, and I'm going to emulate Gordon Henderson here and lift our imaginary champagne glass as we toast to the Cadence Lypso Golden Jubilee. Hip hip! Hip hip! Great, thank you. And now we call on Miss. Somebody, they wanted to call it Jubilee, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to go with Julie Roberts to deliver the vote of thanks.
Bonjour. Good morning. My Creole is getting better, so bonjour tout le monde. I'm here to do the vote of thanks. Lucien Blackmore, PS, for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development. Gordon Henderson, Senior Consultant of Creole Heartbeat and the Godfather of Cadence. Mrs. Natalie Walsh, Festivals and Events Manager at Discover Dominica Authority. Adicia Burton, 2023, Queen of Carnival, Calypso Monarch Trilogy. Invited guests, the media. Creole Heartbeat wishes to express a heartfelt thank you to all of you who are here present with us today for this special occasion. Your words of wisdom and motivation possesses immeasurable value. With your continued and unwavering support, the future of Cadence Lypso, the art form, remains optimistic. Last but not least, we wish to thank our loyal sponsors. This event couldn't have been possible without the hard work and kind donations from the following sponsors: Spectac TV, the Government of Dominica, Cohen Global, Zoop TV, Val Ferry, Q95 FM, Dexia, DNO, DBS Radio, The Signman Limited, Alias Francaise, Deepex Hololab Limited, Digicel, Vibes Radio, NDFD, We Forward Freight Master, Single Barrel, Sankofa, Do It Best, George Designed Media, National Cooperative Credit Union, Island Car Rentals, Coca-Cola, Heineken, Island Car Rentals, Dove, Gospel Music, Air Antilles, Is a Trading Limited, A Bank, Central Cooperative Credit Union, the Dominican Muse, CRC, Rainbow Hill Villas, and many, many more. The staff, management, and team at Creole Heartbeat, thank you for being a part of this with us today. Thank you and enjoy Cadence Lypso Month 2023 and also the Golden Jubilee Festival next month. Have a good evening. A good day, sorry.
All right, so let me also thank you for being here, and I do too look forward to your many patronage at the various events that will be coming up during the next month. But just to mention a few quickly, we'll have the likes of on the Sunday, July 2nd, Emmanuel Drum School Drum Festival that will be happening at Bill Daniel Memorial Park. That is on Sunday the 2nd. I'm just going through it. On Saturday, 8th July, the Creole Dance Party that's happening at Almond Deck in Tukari. We have the Richesse Caraïbe Song Competition that's happening on July 15th. On July 21st, the Ecstasy Creole Dance Party that's happening in Massac. The Creole Dance Party also in Soufriere on the 22nd. Fête Saint-Anne in Maho from July 27th to the 30th on Friday, July 20th. Also Fête Maho, that is the night of Cadence Lypso. And of course, the big weekend from July 4th to 7th, that is the Cadence Lypso Cadence Lypso and Gospel Festival at the Windsor Park. I want to thank you so much again for being here, and we will see each other again soon. And we have some lovely refreshments for you guys. We're using it for a bit. So just to re-energize you, you could make your way towards the right as you will serve refreshments. Thank you.